No, I don't know if these are going to come fast and furious. I think this series of, well, I haven't really decided on, this isn't going to be Blimpie's art criticism. Uh, this isn't going to be Tony Allard's video art. This is going to be my own personal bummers. And I don't really, I'm not doing it to bring people down, or I'm not doing it to, slur certain individuals who have, I feel have done me wrong, because, everything is basically my fault. I'm an angry white male. I'm sexist. I'm racist. I'm xenophobic. I'm misogynist. I'm white, and I'm a man. So, I mean, just to say that you're a white man should pretty much sum it up, I think. Now, I had an interesting experience when I was in Los Angeles County Jail, and this was kind of a bummer. I was in the fifth floor of Twin Towers, and I won't get into the details of how you get there, but it's difficult. You have to spend quickly. You go through the IRC, which is the Inmate Reception Center. You're evaluated by a shrink, and if they think so, you go into high observation, or what's also known as suicide watch, on the seventh floor of Twin Towers. And having a psychiatric history, that's where I've gone many times, where you spend about 3 weeks, you get stabilized on psych meds, and then you are sent down to the sixth floor, where you get put in with some psycho dick who, half the time you get in fights with them, or you want to get in a fight with them. You manage to get through 6 weeks of this sort of re-socialization and a continued higher observation. They got a tower in the middle of it's like an observation booth with behind smoked glass in the middle of the tower. Each side, there's like 4 towers. There's actually 2 combined towers. I won't get into that either. But so anyhow, getting to the point of this, I was down on the 5th floor, where they take you after the 6th floor when they feel that you can handle, social interactions with other inmates. You're in a what they call a pod. There's 6 pods on each floor, so surrounding this observation tower, and there's about 32 inmates in the in each pod. There's 2 floors. There's the upstairs and downstairs, like 8 cells in each, holding two inmates. Well, mentally ill inmates. They're not really patients. They are inmates, because if you're in county jail, well, in the old days you were fighting a case. Now they actually keep felons there, and they're trying to reduce the prison population, so they're using county jails as places where they can put convicted felons. But that's neither here nor there. So I'm sitting in the day room on the 5th floor, and I don't know. I'm probably playing cards, or looking at TV. There's probably looking at The Simpsons, or what's that other one? Well, that '70s show was big. They would show that on the cable like 6 or 8 times in a row. Or what's that other one that's so popular? Not Third Rock from the Sun, but the one with the fag and the unobtainable bitch. Oh yeah, Big Bang Theory. Yeah. I mean, of course, she's some Jew's shishka or shishka. I can't even say it. I've never had a shishka. I've just had girlfriends. But anyhow, I hate to racially profile women, but I know what a kike is. But look, it doesn't make me racist. They're not. Are they a race or what? I really don't know. I was having a discussion with somebody recently, and I was saying they control the media, and he says, "Well, they don't have enough money to own it." I said, "Well, yeah, okay. There sure are a lot of them in there." And so he said, "Well, who are these Jews? What is a Jew?" And then later in the discussion, we're talking about like, oh, well, Jews are more intelligent than most people on the average. And I was like, well, oh, okay, well, so they can't exist as a group to control the media or high finance or any of that, but they can exist to be like a more intelligent, I don't know, subculture of white? Are they white? Are they? I'm not sure. Nobody knows. But anyhow, so I I'm sitting in the pod, and these two white guys, and they are white. They weren't. I don't think they were Jewish. You know, you don't know sometimes, but I I was under the delusion that I was working for the government, and I'm not going to go into what my delusion was. I did write a report to the FBI saying that I thought that there was some kind of Jewish Masonic conspiracy out to get me. And, you know, that's obviously a paranoid delusion. I mean, I've talked to about 200 psychiatrists in my life, and probably 100 of them have been Jewish. As a side note, you know, I am disabled. I'm mentally disabled. It's obvious. I mean, the things that I'm saying just prove that I'm mentally ill. But I don't know if I'm, as they say, presenting as manic right now, or if I'm having flights of thought, or what's the other, pressured speech, or all the things. You know, I do take some medication, a little bit of Depakote. It's sort of like lithium for bipolar, which is like the new manic depression. I mean, I wish I had Jimi Hendrix manic depression. I mean, I'd be, of course, I would have only lived about half as long as I have, and you know, I would have died of heroin or something. But I would have pictures of myself all over Venice Boardwalk, which is down there. This is Santa Monica back here. But so, you know, so I'm sitting out in the day room, and these two cops, these two white guys come up to me, and they go, out, you know, you stand up. I go, well, what? And they go, turn around. And so I get up and I turn around, and they go, okay, put your hands behind your back. And normally you go like this, right? But they go, no, like this. And they handcuff me like the back of my hands, which is, I've never been handcuffed like that. They take me out to the outdoor rec, which is part of the facilities there in Twin Towers Correctional Facility, which is the mental, essentially it's the mental hospital for LA County Jail. It holds about 5,000 inmates. So I guess about 1 in 4. Well, they also have gang modules there, so I don't know what percentage of people in county jail are mentally ill, but I do know. I've been told enough times by enough psychiatrists, social workers, psychologists, psych techs, even other normal people that I am definitely mentally ill. But so these cops take me out to outdoor rec, which is, you know, it's about probably, if I had to say, about 500 or 600 square feet, maybe more. It's pretty big. No, it's more than that. It's more like about 2,000 square feet, and it's got like a high ceiling and everything, but nobody's out there, right? It's just me and these two cops, these two white guys. And they say, okay, Allard, get down on the ground, kiss the ground, and say, I am an animal. I go, huh? They go, you know, we like Mexicans here. Get down on the ground and say, I am an animal. I said, what's this thing about Mexicans? What are you talking about? I'm not going to kiss the ground. They said, you are. And so they pushed me down. And so I, with my handcuffs on there somewhat uncomfortably, I said, well, okay. So I got down and I am an animal. You know, I mean, you know, I'll humor the guys. So like, I mean, I don't know what, I mean, is Lee Baca Mexican? I mean, that's sort of like calling like Wolf Blitzer a Jew. I mean, look, we're all Americans. Wolf Blitzer is not a Jew. He's an American. Lee Baca is not a fucking Latino. He's a fucking senile old fucking beaner. All right. And so they're telling me that they like Mexicans here. One of them pulls my pants off, goes around, puts them on my head. And this other one's holding my shoulders down. This guy who puts the one on my head gets around on my left side and knees me like 4 times in the ribs. And, well, he broke my ribs. I got x-rays months later or years later. I can't remember exactly when, at another state hospital. And they asked me, hey, have you ever had some trauma on your ribs? And I said, well, yeah, I think so. Because the point is, after these guys kneed me, I couldn't do yoga for about 4 or 5 months. I mean, I couldn't, you know, I couldn't do down dog or whatever these fucking idiots call all these fucking, who gives a fuck, you know? I didn't feel like saying have a nice day or whatever you say at the end of the yoga thing. So, I mean, you know, whether, I mean, I don't know why, you know, I did on the one hand. Some of the cops I liked, and I heard, that my brother tells me that the cops have a gang mentality, and that may be truer than because there was a Super Bowl party. A Super Bowl party with a bunch of sheriff deputies got together for a Super Bowl party, and I don't think it was a dispute over the result of the game, but I understand they had a gang fight in that party, and about the same time, this one fucking gay deputy showed up, and his jaw was all. I mean, it looked like he'd gotten a broken jaw, and I don't know if it was at that party, but there are factions in the sheriff's department, just like in any other organization. There are politics, and So I mean, I certainly, if you do go to, if you do. I mean, I did. He did. I noticed he didn't say, we like niggers here, or we like the Aryan Brotherhood. No, he said, well, we take our orders from El Chapo. No, he didn't say that. But what the fuck, I mean, we all got our own problems, but it was a bummer.